to another live stream by myself on my channel. Messed my own intro up there. But oh well. Hello there guys and welcome back to my channel for yet another live stream by myself, bringing you all this consistent content. I told you the content is coming consistently now. Sorry for spiking the mic there. I told you the content is coming consistently now, and here we bloody are. Here we finally are for yet another live stream for pretty much confirming another signing for Chelsea Football Club this window. This window is getting more and more ridiculous. I hope that today I'm actually back in 1080p. Yesterday I was in 720p because some streaming software setup messed up. So I hope it's back in 1080p. Someone can let me know. I don't think I can change it while I'm live anyway. But if you want to let me know about that, please do. But yeah, here we are. Of course, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel. That'd be massively appreciated. Help me get to 7,000 subscribers and then to 10k subs. That'd be massively appreciated. Of course, everyone that's watching, whether it's as a live stream right now or as a video later on, make sure you drop a like. That'd be massively appreciated and helps me push these videos out to more people and helps me grow more. And also, it just makes me happy. But let's talk some Chelsea news, because that's, at the end of the day, what we are all here for. The longer I talk, I've very much so noticed this over the last few live streams, the longer I talk, basically, the more people come and join. So I will have to repeat some of the things any which way. But, you know, let's just start it off by talking about Chelsea's pretty much almost already confirmed and official new signing, Edouard Mendy, the goalkeeper, the Senegalese 28-year-old goalkeeper, who, by the way, is Petr Cech's first choice, reportedly anyways. And, you know, that's quite good. You know, I have my doubts about Mendy. I will get into those in today's stream, in today's video. But if he's Petr Cech's first choice, then who am I to criticize that? Who am I to say that's not what we should do? If Big Pete's happy, I'm happy. Do you know what I mean? That's how the saying goes. That is how the saying goes. But basically, what made me say Mendy to Chelsea confirmed, question mark, exclamation mark in the title, is because the Rennes captain, of course, the team that Mendy still plays for to this day, pretty much confirmed his departure of the club. And, you know, Chelsea's pretty much the only club he's linked with at the moment, because he said, you know, they are a bit selfish. They would love to keep him because he's a great goalkeeper, but it's football, and that's how the transfer market works, and he deserves everything that is happening to him right now. So that pretty much confirms his move to Chelsea is very, very imminent, as have many reliable sources reported anyway in the last few days. So it's not like this is crazy news, but I did a little bit more research on him, you know, as I had done too when I last spoke about him. What I think is very interesting is, firstly, that he only has 2 seasons of top-flight football under his belt at 28 years of age. I know goalkeepers usually take a bit longer to get to the very highest level, because the goalkeeping position is such a tricky position to actually fill, because realistically most teams only have one proper goalkeeper and the other one barely gets minutes. So if you're not for first choice, you're not really progressing much. So that is the case for goalkeepers, but still, at 28, only 2 seasons of top flight football is a bit strange. And by the way, hello there guys, welcome to everyone in the chat. Really do appreciate everyone that's here and everyone that has tuned in already. Almost 50 people watching, massively appreciated. Lemon, hello to Italy, just literally down there. One day I will show you guys what it looks like out my window. Yes, it is 1080p Suman. I really do appreciate that. Don't know what you're saying with 10k, the bad cap, but if we can reach 10k subs very soon, that'd be bloody brilliant. Hello ones to Uganda, bloody love that from you, bloody love that from you. But yeah, like I said, only 2 seasons of top flight football so far in his career, which is interesting. But he is very tall, and that is realistically the biggest reason why we're signing him. He's 6'5", 1m97 tall. Like, he's a bloody tall fella. And I watched more analysis videos of his. I watched not just compilations, because the compilations don't really tell you that much. I did quite a bit of research, and he has some strengths, and those are definitely coming for crosses, for high balls. Huge strength, both in catching and in punching them away. His reaction saves are very good as well, I will have to say. They are good. Sometimes he does parry them into dangerous areas, which isn't ideal, but that is something that, in my opinion, you can work on with a goalkeeper. And also, if you have a good defence, especially with someone like Thiago Silva around, you can usually clear those. It always depends on the situation. But his passing still isn't very good. But of course, we still have to take into account that Rennes aren't exactly the most attacking team, even though they finished 3rd in Liga, and actually Mendy conceded the equal least amount of goals in the Liga with 24 in... It's 24 games, because obviously Ligue 1 was terminated due to, you know, the global crisis. Shall we call it that? I don't know if I'm allowed to call it a crisis on YouTube, but regardless, he did concede the least amount of goals alongside PSG, or Rennes did anyways, and he played every game. So that's a positive, but his passing is very good. But then let me just finish my own point. They're not exactly the most attacking team. So they quite often do have to revert to long balls, just punt it long for the goalkeeper. So of course, that lowers his passing accuracy stats drastically. So let's see, I'm 100% sure that his passing stats will go up once he comes to Chelsea, but he won't be on quite the same level. As of course Kepa's or some other goalkeepers are, but the coming for long balls and the save rate, save percentage is good. So overall, I'm happy with it. It seems like they've accepted an offer of around 18 to 19 million pounds, around 20 million euros. That with add-ons over the years could go up to 25 million pounds, 27, 28 million euros, depending on how many games he plays for us, depending on what we win as a club in his time here. Then we'll have to pay a little bit more, but it's decent, you know. A lot of people on Twitter and everywhere are saying it's basically a short-term solution for a long-term problem. You know, we're going to get Mendy now, and see where we are then, see what happens with Kepa, see what happens with him. And then over the next few years, we will try to sign maybe an even better keeper, whoever is available at that point. And I think that's just where we're going to be. And all in all, I don't think I'll even be too displeased about that. I don't think I'll even be too displeased about that. Of course, let me know your thoughts, guys, on the whole Mendy situation. I would really do appreciate it. But actually, let me just talk about the loan army first, and then we'll get to your thoughts about everything, basically. And let me get to the loan army, because as I mentioned yesterday already, Ethan Ampadu was pretty much about to join Sheffield United on loan. Well, he has since officially joined Sheffield United on loan very soon after the very soon after the live stream actually ended yesterday. But that's just our luck, isn't it? That is just our luck. Let me just muting myself for a second by opening this application here to make myself a little bit darker, because I feel like I'm a little bit bright. So we just changed that. Should have made it a slight bit laggy. Hope it's good again. But yeah, everyone that's new, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Help me get 7,000 subscribers and then 10,000 subscribers along the way. That'd be massively appreciated. And of course, everyone that's watching, drop a like. That'd be massively appreciated. But like I said, Ethan Ampadu has joined Sheffield United on loan officially. He will be part of Chris Wilder's crazy 3-5-2 with overlapping centre-back system. He will most likely feature as a centre-back there. I watched his interview, his arrival interview. I don't know if you're the actual Jimmy funnel. I can't make it even darker, mate. If I make it even darker, then you can't see me. Like, it's a bit dodgy. The lights are a bit of an issue. Still, everything will be worked on. Everything will be worked on. Trust me. And I don't know if you're the actual Jimmy funnel or if you're some other person called Jimmy F, but it is what it is. Anyway, Ethan Ampadu on loan to Sheffield United. Something that I'm on the one hand happy with, because I think it could be a very good loan for him. A very good loan for him, to be honest, because he will get great Premier League experience there. I don't think they'll be anywhere near fighting relegation, so he'll get positive and higher up the table Premier League experience. Still in a fairly defensive team, but still, that's important. And let's just hope he gets game time this year, unlike at RB Leipzig last year, where basically didn't play a single minute. That's what it felt like anyway. Michy Batshuayi is also going out on loan. Reportedly, he has signed a new contract and is then going out on loan to Crystal Palace. Which is interesting, Basically, we're trying to sign Michy Batshuayi. We're trying to sign a lot of players, but we can't really find anyone that's willing to buy them in the current financial situation. And that's basically the problem. And that's why we're not selling anybody. And rather than losing him on a free next summer, because his contract would expire, we gave him another contract, loaning him out to Crystal Palace, where hopefully he gets more game time, gets more goals, raises his own value up, and then we can sell him for even more money next summer, which of course will be the ideal. You're an absolute waffle monster, Jimmy. Bloody hell. Anyways, throwing me off like crazy here. But yeah, Michy Batshuayi, so we don't lose him, seems to be going out on loan to Crystal Palace. But that means that Conor Gallagher, who was pretty much about to join Crystal Palace on loan himself, won't be able to join Crystal Palace on loan himself. Because something that I didn't know until today, there is a rule in place. The Premier League clubs can only loan one player from one club in the Premier League. It doesn't work like that in other leagues, but Crystal Palace can only loan one player from Chelsea, and they decided their striker has a higher priority for them, so they didn't go for Conor Gallagher, and now it seems like he's going to join either one of the two promoted sides in West Bromwich Albion or Leeds. Leeds would probably be the better loan for him, just because Leeds are going to be a more attacking side than West Brom. But it seems like, reportedly anyways, that West Brom are pushing for it a bit harder. And then, you know, fair enough. It's both Premier League loans, would be good experience for him coming from the Championship last season. So, you know, I would be very, very happy with that personally. I would be very, very happy with that. And then, arguably the biggest news of the day, in my opinion anyway, even more so than the Mendy stuff, because we kind of knew about that already. Fikayo Tomori seems to be on the verge or close to joining Everton Football Club on loan for the upcoming season. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It is very interesting anyway, because, I mean, let's not forget, Fikayo Tomori was Leeds Player of the Season under Frank Lampard. When Lampard was not Leeds, Derby. They don't like me saying that. Bloody hell. At Derby. When Lampard was the Derby manager, Fikayo Tomori was his Player of the Season there. And obviously he played quite a lot of games at the start at the start of the season, I guess. Well, not quite at the start, but kind of halfway through the season. And then around January time, he just didn't get game time anymore. Then we had obviously the break, and then he was injured, and then we had obviously important games, and we were fighting for top 4. So maybe throwing him back in there wasn't the ideal situation. But still, now going out to Everton on loan, it's sad. It's sad. I still think it could benefit so much from playing next to someone like Thiago Silva. More so than I would like to see Antonio Rudiger play. But I'm not the biggest fan of Rudiger. He's too old to be making the amount of mistakes that he makes. Like, he's not old by any means, but he's right in his prime. And considering he's in his prime, he makes too many mistakes for my liking. So, to be honest, I'd rather keep Tomori and get rid of Rudiger. But no one will want to buy Rudiger, so will be able to afford Rudiger. So, you know, I guess it's what we have to do. There's positives. It's a very good Premier League team. I mean, they're signing players like crazy. They're signing Allen from Napoli, brilliant midfielder. They're signing James Rodriguez, who, yeah, is not quite the World Cup 2014 James Rodriguez anymore. He's still a brilliant player. I mean, the guy has more followers than Chelsea and Liverpool on Twitter do. He's huge. The guy's massive. And they've still got Carlo Ancelotti in charge. They've still got Richarlison. They've got some good bloody players. So it's going to be a good loan for him, in my opinion. And it will improve him significantly. And I hope maybe next year he can be one of our starting strikers. That'd be bloody good. Are we going to sign Mendy? Yes. By the looks of things, we are. Angry Birds, yes. Batshuayi is as good as Marcos Alonso's right foot. Kind of funny, but kind of isn't either. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. No. Did you say you want made Jimmy final because of the Everton thing? A very good Premier League team. Are you mental? No, they are a very good Premier League team, coaches. They are. What do you like? Oh no, it's as simple as that. And just lastly, to like boast the loan army even more, Kennedy, the good old Brazilian left wing back that Jose Mourinho turned him into, is going out on loan for another season to Granada he's going to Spain. I'm not actually sure whether Granada are currently in La Liga or in La Liga or in Spain's second division. But he's going to Granada anyway, so good luck to him. But it's just loan army. And then some other news that we need to touch on, for sure, is that Thiago Silva is now in London, finally. I don't really understand why he was given such a long break after the Champions League final, considering PSG didn't play a single game from March until their 2 cup finals before the Champions League tournament. So I don't really know why he got that long of a break since we signed him. But now he's in London. Let's see whether he will be involved in a game against Brighton. As far as I'm aware, he won't have to self-isolate once he comes to London, because he was in Italy for 2 weeks now. And Italy, I think, aren't on the illegal or not allowed travel corridor. I think it should be absolutely fine. Has Tomori gone on loan? Not quite yet, but he looks like he will do. Looks like he will do. I'm not sure what you're talking about WWE, Rushi. That's not my thing, mate. Arsenal finish higher or Spurs? Arsenal, I reckon. But yeah, Thiago Silva is now in London, so that should be bloody good. And Havertz is almost certain to start the game, apparently. According to some reports, he's apparently going to start. He has apparently very much so impressed in his first few training sessions with the club, and is apparently looking likely to start against Brighton next Monday, which I'm very excited for. And as for the question by Emmanuel, is Ziyech going to be available for Brighton? At this moment in time, no one actually knows that. No one actually knows. Of course, he picked up the minor knee injury, twisted his knee a bit in the friendly against Brighton. Had to come off. He's injured. We know that, but we don't know how long he's going to be injured for. I haven't seen any pictures of him in training, but it's not 100% sure. Please let Ross Barkley stay. Please let Ross Barkley leave. Should we sign Boubakary Soumaré? We could do. we could do. Teams like Lille, he plays for, I'm pretty sure, would be willing to. Is it Nice? I'm gonna mix Lille and Nice up, so many times, simply because they have similar colours of shirts and everything. Either which way, I wouldn't be opposed to signing him. I would prefer Declan Rice. But if it ends up Tomori, it sure looks like we're still after, obviously the goalkeeper Mendy, but then also DM. So wouldn't be surprised. Will Werner win the EPL Golden Boot this next season? I doubt it. Havertz asked for the number 29 shirt. I was going to get to that in a second. Havertz for the number 29 shirt. Yes. So basically, the reports are by Simon Johnson from the Athletic that Kai Havertz asked for the number 29 that he already had at Bayer Leverkusen, which, you know, fair play. Obviously, that used to be Fikayo Tomori's number. Apparently, Kai asked, can he have the number? Tomori said, yeah, sure you can. But that was before the whole talks with Everton came quite clear that he will probably be joining Everton on loan. So now it doesn't matter anyway. Now the squad number isn't used. But Kai Havertz will most likely wear the number 29. You know, Werner will have the 11, Ziyech the 22. Pulisic almost certainly then the number 10. Latif Barkley leaves, and if so, who takes the number 8? Probably going to be Mason Mount, won't it? But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. He's at Lille. That's the one. He's at Lille. See, I told you I'm mixing them up very, very, very easily. Predicted lineup for Brighton. I think I will do that in another video later on in the week. Out of 10, what are the chances of Chelsea signing Rice this window? I would say I wouldn't be surprised at all if Declan Rice is like a deadline day signing, because if West Ham can't sell other players, they're in such dire need of funds, at the end they will budge and sell us Declan Rice. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if he joins on deadline day. So I will give it a 6, if not 7 out of 10 likelihood for Rice to join Chelsea in the end. We Chelsea fans can finally enjoy FIFA 21. So that game is awful. Will Timo Werner finish as top scorer next season? Like I said, I doubt it. I very much doubt it. So, okay, do you think our game against Brighton, we will field a strong enough team? Well, that is the problem. You know, that is a little bit of a problem. We have a lot of injuries and people that aren't 100% fit yet. You know, Chilwell won't be fit. Who knows about Ziyech? Is Thiago Silva ready when he comes in? We don't actually know. You know, no one actually knows. Will Mendy be ready? Kepa is going to be fine. I mean, he didn't concede against Brighton when we played the friendly. Didn't concede a single shot on target, but still he didn't concede, so kept a clean sheet in the half he played. Obviously, Caballero playing the second half and conceding the goal. But let's just wait and see. I think we'll field a strong team. The wingers, pardon me, might be a little bit of a problem if Ziyech isn't fit. And Pulisic isn't fit, because Pulisic might not be fit with his hamstring injury that he picked up in the FA Cup final. So then we'll have Hudson-Odoi and who else? Probably Mason Mount, and then, I don't know, Ruben and Havertz in midfield, or we play a 4-2-3-1 with Havertz as the 10 and Kovacic and Kante as the double pivot. Probably makes sense. Do we need a better medical staff? I think that's a bit harsh. I think we just have younger players now and not quite as professional players, because you look at the very professional players like Mason Mount, he doesn't have muscle injuries. I'm not saying Pulisic isn't professional or anything, but you know, the more professional you are, the less likely it is for you to pick up muscle injuries. How much you stretch, how much you train at home, how well you eat, how much sleep you get. These things make a very, very big difference. So I think it's harsh to say we have a bad medical team. The only thing that's annoying is whenever Frank Lampard is asked, who will you sign and stuff. Oh, it's getting bright now in here, isn't it? The problem is that it's got dark outside, meaning my lights are even more predominant. But let me just keep talking. It's just annoying when Lampard is asked how long is someone going to be injured for, and then Lampard is like 3 weeks, and then 3 weeks later, basically another 3 weeks. That's the annoying thing, but I don't think that's actually the medical staff's fault. I think that's just Lampard trying to get the questions off his back and just not be annoyed by fans and journalists about the injury questions. He probably doesn't even know at that point, just make something up. To be honest, that personally would make more sense to me. Yeah, guys, where are you guys watching from? Let me know. Someone said he's from Uganda. So let me know where you are watching from. That'd be very interesting for me personally. Havertz amount will be difficult to deal with. Yes, they will be. Are we going to sign 2 goalkeepers this transfer window? No. We're obviously not going to sign 2 goalkeepers. Why on earth will we sign 2 goalkeepers? If we sign Mendy, can we play him in time for the Brighton season opener? Well, that is another thing I'm not 100% sure about, because he's in an elite athlete bubble. I'm not sure if he will have to self-isolate once he comes back, because of course the Liga has already started. So I'm not 100% sure about that situation. Quite frankly, I'm not 100% sure. But, you know, ideally, he will at least be available for the Liverpool game. But again, not sure at all. So let's just wait and see how long we'll have to wait until we actually sign him. You're from India. Hello, USA. Bloody love that. Sri Lanka. Love that from you, Abby. Love that from you. The amount of unfit players and injuries we have is outrageous. Silva, Werner, Havertz should start. Well, the Silva one is a bit harsh. I mean, he came to London today. He will have his first training session with the club tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Like, as a centre-back, it's even more important to actually know the players around you. Czech from Nigeria, hello, India. Rodriguez from Angola. Bloody Angola, bloody love that. Love that from you. England, Christos, don't know how to pronounce your name. Are you Greek? Probably, maybe not. Do apologise if you're not. But up the England, up the England. England will play later on as well. Make sure you guys watch that. Hello from Kenya, love that. Chelsea fan from Swansea, how you doing? Steph, how you doing? Steph, I love that. Cheers from Bulgaria. Awesome content, mate. Do appreciate that a lot. With Mendy on the bench, Kepa's confidence is going to be so low. Every mistake is going to be exaggerated. Or we'll just have to wait and see whether he plays much. 442, 9 out of 10 vibes. 442, 9, 10 vibes. Thoughts? Well, we didn't kind of play a proper 4-4-2 in 2009-10. Kind of a 4-4-2 diamond at times, but also 4-3-3 with Anelka out wide and Drogba up front. So that happened quite a lot as well. Love from Switzerland, love to Switzerland. Tanzania, love that as well. Love from your back garden. From my back garden, nah, mate. Living in a new flat now, I don't have a back garden anymore. Will win the league 2 years from now? Nikki from Italy. Can we win the league 2 years from now? Nikki from Italy. First of all, hello to Nikki from Italy. Jambo from Kenya as well. Can we win the league in the next 2 years? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Let's obviously see what other teams do recruitment-wise and development-wise and how we develop this season and what we do next season, next summer for development, for recruitment. But I think, yeah, we can win the league within the next 2 years. Yes, you're half Greek. Yeah, the name kind of gives it away. Victor from the UAE, hello to you. I would prefer to loan Christensen instead of Tomori. Kind of yes, but Christensen is at an age, there's no point loaning him anymore. We'd, if anything, sell him, and we're not going to find any suitors. Christensen is a brilliant player. He just needs to sort his mentality and get a bit stronger. I don't understand why we can't do something with him like Bayern Munich did to bloody Goretzka. I mean, at least try. It didn't look like he's ever hit the gym in his bloody life, and he needs it. Bloody needs it. From Cyprus, love that. Can Chelsea finalise the signing of Rice before the window is closed? I mean, the window is open for another month, pretty much, until October 5th. So we have plenty of time. What are your comments on some people saying one who don't go to stadium to watch football are plastic? Now let me have a little bit of a rant and a chat about that one. 100 people watching, love that from every one of you that has tuned in, really, really do. Subscribe if you haven't already. Help me get 7,000 subscribers and then along the way to 10k subs. And everyone, drop a bloody like. Everyone that's watching right now, make sure you go down below and smash the like button. Doesn't cost you any money, barely cost you any time. Please do. It would be massively, massively appreciated. And, you know, while you're at it, might as well follow me on my social medias as well. That's my Instagram. It's a bit laggy to show up. I don't know why it does that. But regardless, follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. Links to it are down in the description below. But let's talk about what Rishi just said. The comments on there that some people, especially in England, claim to people that don't go to the stadium are fake fans. Now, I myself am a foreign fan, right? I'm a foreign fan. I became a Chelsea fan in 2005 when little old me saw the semi-final, Champions League semi-final between Chelsea and Liverpool when Raul Garcia scored that ghost goal, and little old kid me thought that was unfair, so I became a Chelsea fan. Couldn't even watch Chelsea for years after that. I just followed the results in the papers. Then when I finally was able to watch games, it was once every month, if at all. And, you know, before there was only the odd Champions League game this season, depending on how far we got on which game Austrian TV decided to broadcast. Then eventually I managed to watch more and more and more games. I went to Ireland in 2012, where obviously the broadcast, you get more of the English media, I guess. So then, you know, got into it even more and, you know, managed to follow it properly, or even more so. And then in 2013, I went to my first game. 8 years after I became a fan, I went to my first game. You know, these people that are fans from abroad, they would die to go see their team. Whether it's Chelsea fans, whether it's Barcelona, Spurs, Man United, it doesn't matter who you support. From where you are, if you support a team properly, you would die to watch them live. A lot of people, depending on where you're from, struggle to afford that. You know, I'm from Austria, I'm in a privileged position. I've been to dozens of games. Yeah, I'm in a very privileged position. If you're from India, somewhere like Africa, you struggle. Flights are expensive. You know, it's much more difficult. These people save up for years to try and make that happen. And some people do, some people don't. But to say people are plastic, people that get up at 4 a.m. midweek, even though they've got work at 8 or something, to watch Chelsea, that's not really plastic. So what are your comments on Declan Rice? I like Declan, but I will do more detailed on that in the future. as well. We need to sell Jorginho. He was an easy sell if Sarri was still there at Juve. Rice would be great. But still, do you think Thiago from Bayern is a decent target if he's moving out? He's a decent target, but it would kind of just get in the way of Kovacic because that's kind of his position. Shout out for a like. Shout out Jimmy for a like, so like. We need to sell Jorginho. We kind of do if Frank doesn't want to use him. If Frank wants to use him, then keep Jorginho. He was brilliant for Italy last night. Some people seem to think he wasn't good just because SofaScore gave him a 6.4. Watched the game. Didn't think it was bad at all, personally. Didn't think it was bad at all. Can we play Aspe as centre-back? Absolutely not. Well, next to Zuma, yes. If Thiago Silva ever need to rest, yeah, then sure. But not next to Thiago Silva because that as a combination is just not tall enough, in my opinion. The defensive coach Chelsea signed is going to have a positive impact in our squad, as we already saw a glimpse. Well, he's not actually a defensive coach. He's just apparently good at... He just made... where was he? Wigan. Wigan? Pretty sure. He just made Wigan a bit better defensively when he came in, but whether that was actually down to him or not, no one actually knows. But he's just an overall coach at the end of the day. What do you feel about Pulisic and Ziyech being injury prone? I'm kind of worried because we don't have quality bench strength in those positions. Well, Pulisic, yes. Ziyech, I don't know. Does he have a bad injury record at Ajax? Not as far as I'm aware, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. I think Ziyech just got a bit unlucky. And Pulisic needs to not be injured as much. You know, he really does. It's a problem when you're that quick, when you're that explosive as he is. It happens, but let's just hope it stops happening because it's bloody annoying for him and everyone involved. Jorginho is an easy target. I would anyway prefer Jorginho over Rice as his passing is next level. Jorginho is next level, but Rice is also a very good passer. Let's not, underestimate that. We can't afford to lose Kante. We're not losing Kante, so let me just get that straight. All these reports are no reliable reports that Inter want Kante, Man United want Kante. No, it's all a load of crap. We're not selling Kante. No one's signing Kante from Chelsea. Don't you worry about it. Absolutely, guys. Don't you worry about it. Everton just signed Doucouré. Yes, they did. Doucouré is a decent player, obviously from Watford that got relegated. We'll see a start game week 1. I don't know. Guys, sorry. I don't think anyone really knows how fit he is. I haven't seen him in training. I think Jorginho will be sacrificed for Rice. Well, the situation is, I'm pretty sure we're trying to sell Jorginho, and if we had sold him, we'd probably already signed Rice, no matter how much West Ham want. But I don't think, if Sarri was still at Juve, maybe they would have signed him, but they had already signed Arthur as well. Different kind of position, but still. But Sarri isn't there anymore, and then it's a bit more difficult. Is someone actually going to forge out the money we want? I'm sure if we'd let him go for like 30, 40 million, we'd have sold him already. But we probably don't want to make much of a loss on him, considering we paid 60 million for him. 70 million if you include Sarri into the deal. So we don't want to lose much money on him. I think that's the biggest hold-up in all honesty. I think we need a winger rather than investing in a DM. Oh no, we desperately need a DM. We don't have a proper DM anyway. Kante kind of, but even he hasn't really played that position ever in his career other than the last few games before he got injured after the restart. So, we desperately need a DM, that's for sure. But a winger we could do with, but at this point, hey, guys, we know. Think about how many bloody players we signed already. Hakim Ziyech, Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Kai Havertz, and the goalkeeper. We're on 6 players, and Malong, even though it's going out on loan. That's 7 players signed this window already. You can't be asking too much. Like you gotta chill. Who's gonna be left back against Brighton? Chilwell ain't gonna be fit. Well, it's Alonso, obviously. Is Emerson or Alonso leaving? Emerson will most likely leave. That is what the reports are saying anyways. But guys, I'm going to leave it here. Or not leave it here just yet. I'm going to answer like 1 or 2 more questions. And then I'm going to leave it there. Inter just signed Kolarov. We can't sell Emerson now. 3 left backs on the book. How do you prefer to sell Alonso or Emerson? Well, personally, I actually prefer to sell Alonso just because he annoys me more and he's on much higher wages. But it's going to be Emerson. It will be sold. Inter won't sell him. He's going to... because they just signed Kolarov, but maybe Roma wants Emerson now. Who knows? They just lost their left back, so maybe they want a different one now. We'll have to wait and see. Ampadu is a DM, not a centre back. I agree. Unless he grew, like I said, if he actually is kind of 6'1", 6'2" now, then I can see him as a centre back as well. If we sign another player, it's gonna be so unreal. Well, we will sign a goalkeeper and we will sign a DM. It's just a question of who. Do you think that chemistry will be a problem for Chelsea this season? Not this season, but at the start, yes. I mean, realistically, you have 6 new players and 5, if not 6 of them, will start. And then there is a good chance we'll bring a DM, a Declan Rice possibly in as well. So that's 7 possibly new starters in the team, depending on if Rice plays. regardless. Let's say 6 new starters. That's crazy. I mean, you have Chilwell as a new starter. You have Thiago Silva as a new starter. You have Mendy probably as a new starter. You have Havertz as a new starter. You have Werner as a new starter. And you have Ziyech as a new starter. And I don't think I forgot anyone now. That's 6. And, you know, if we sign someone else, 7 possible starters. Of course, that will take some time. You know, that's why people that say we need to win the league now are crazy. We'll be so far behind Liverpool by the time we even get going. Ridiculous. You know, give us at least until November to expect that much. Although I said that on Saturday as well, and then arguably we played our best football in the final, in his last game, and in the first few months, the first few weeks. So, who am I to talk? Who am I to talk? It'd be difficult. I'd rather play Aspie at left back and James at right back against Brighton. That's a fair shout, to be fair, Steph. I didn't even think of that. So why not? Would you prefer Onana for goalkeeper? To me, they're not far off each other. In all honesty, not far off each other. Mendy is better at coming for balls in the air and to solve our set piece defending problems. So that would be ideal. That would be ideal. But guys, I'm going to leave it here now. And like I said a couple of times already, make sure you subscribe to my channel to help me reach 7,000 subscribers and then eventually 10,000 subscribers. That'd be massively, massively appreciated. And everyone that's watching now, which is almost 120 people, make sure you drop a like. It's only 52 likes, even though there's 120 people. Come on, guys. Go down below, smash that like button, help me out, make me happy, help to push this video out to more people. It's just one simple click of a button. It really doesn't have to do, like, you really don't have to do much for it. Just smash the like button. That'd be massively appreciated. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you guys for watching. Unsure whether there'll be another video or stream again tomorrow, but there is a good chance there will be. So make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss out on that very consistent content coming out these days. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to everyone that has tuned in today. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.